Hey, hello everyone. Today we are taking a look at one of the new fragrances from the house of Frederic Malle or Edition Parfum, and it's called as Heaven Can Wait by the perfumer Jean Claude Ellena. Now let's take a couple of minutes to look at the context here between Frederic Malle and Jean Claude Ellena. Frederic Malle and Jean Claude Ellena have worked since a long time, from 2000, with each other. They have a lot of admiration towards one another, and I see that Frederic respects him a lot, to the extent that Jean Claude even wrote the foreword for the 20th anniversary release of a book for the house. Now, when it comes to fragrances, Jean Claude Ellena has done 5 for the house. So you have Cologne Bigarade, Bigarade Concentré, L'Eau d'Hiver, Angélique sous la pluie, and French Lover is credited to Pierre Bourdon, but apparently it was started by Jean Claude Ellena and finished by Pierre Bourdon, after which he went on to work as the in-house perfumer at Hermès, after which he came back to work with Frederic Malle in 2019, and then came Rose and Cuir. I think it's the second most of the perfumers who have worked with Frederic. There is Dominique Ropion, who has 9, and that's quite a number of fragrances, after which you have Jean Claude Ellena. Now, with the kind of fragrances that he did for this house, they are mostly of the style that he's very well known for, I would say. So that's more of his transparent, spicy, woody scent profiles, with light, transparent watercolor kind of signatures. That's what he continued to do with Frederic Malle, I would say. And my personal favorite so far within Jean Claude Ellena's portfolio has been L'Eau d'Hiver, personally. Now, coming to the house of Frederic Malle, I wasn't taken up too much, I would say, with the last release, Uncut Gem. I didn't hate it as much as other people, but I still found it a bit disappointing. So I was cautiously looking forward to this new release, Heaven Can Wait, again from Jean Claude Ellena. Now, the name Heaven Can Wait itself, I would say, doesn't fully fit this fragrance. I would talk about it more as we go along. So when I spray this right away, what I get is lots of warm spices, specifically red peppers like paprika and pimento, and that's what overly takes over this fragrance. There is also a very prominent note of clove that's very present here. Now, the second thought that came to my mind when I sprayed this was a DNA that I was familiar with another house, a specific collection of fragrances that Jean Claude Ellena also had worked on, and that is the Hermessance Collection from, obviously, the house of Hermès. So with that, I would say that this fragrance reminds me a lot about this collection from Hermès. There are a lot of fragrances that this takes from. There are bits and pieces of Poivre Samarkand, Iris Iquoyer, Osmanthus Yunnan, even Cuir d'Ange, I would say, that are present in this release. It doesn't even have a particular top note. That's also something that's running across the Hermessance Collection. The third thing that I noticed was there is this smooth, soft, satin, suede leather kind of a DNA that's going on here, which is a running thing within the Hermessance Collection. That's why I think it heavily borrows from this collection while still smelling unique as a fragrance of its own. Now, with that opening of spices, the fragrance, I would say, stays spicy throughout most of its life till the far dry down. But the spices in the quintessential Jean Claude Ellena way are not very heavy-handed. They are done with a deft touch. And the spices are quite photorealistic, I would say. This is joined by almost powdery, musky, slightly dusty facets of different notes. I believe they include carrot seeds, ambrette, and iris. For me, I can't pick out those notes individually, but they all come together and form this kind of slightly dusty kind of a suede facet that's prominent throughout this fragrance. Vetiver also adds some woodiness, but again it doesn't peek out by itself. It forms a complete facet along with these other notes. The spices themselves are really well done. I believe they have used natural extracts here. They have all the facets intact within them. The pungency, the spiciness, the bite, the powderiness, the pepperiness, all are there. Even some fruitiness and smokiness that peppers bring together, red peppers. And there's also a touch of sweetness, obviously from the peppers. There is also the clove, which is very prominent again, and has a spicy pop, which a touch of sweetness again, and that slightly mentholated effect that you would get from cloves as usual. They all conjure this orange-red color in my mind, someplace exotic, like a red satin cloth that's enveloping. That's what it brings to my mind. Apparently there's also vanilla in here, which I don't get much of. It just rounds those other facets, I would say, the iris and the spices, and just kind of accentuates the natural sweetness of those spices. This woody, powdery kind of spiciness is what stays till the scent finishes on your skin. It is a very interesting smell. It is quite an addictive smell for me as I have continued to wear it. It exudes warmth and comfort. I'm sure it will go down as a good wear indoors, specifically in the fall season, for example. Now, the name Heaven Can Wait apparently is based on intimate moments of people. For me, that something that I'm fully not able to put in context. I'm sure this smells a bit sensual and warming and comforting and so on. And I'm sure there are some of us that wouldn't mind smelling like spices and musky iris in the bed or waking up with your partner and so on. But I'm not sure that it's going to appeal to everyone, so it's a bit of an acquired taste, I would say. That's why the name doesn't make full sense to me, but I still don't mind it. I think it's a pass. In terms of when you can wear this, I would say this is more of a fall and spring scent, so a neutral season kind of a fragrance, and it lasts for about 6 hours in terms of performance, with soft projection and more of a skin scent after that, which is not a surprise for me since it's based very much stylistically on the Hermessance line of fragrances, which are all very subtle and light-hearted performers, and style is basically what Jean Claude Ellena is known for, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Overall, I appreciate that this has been made and released in mainstream fashion, and definitely prefer it over Uncut Gem. This does smell niche, yet wearable for a spicy fragrance. It is pricey though, so test before you buy. I also hope that it does stick around. For instance, one of the fragrance that it reminds me of is Paprika Brazil, again from the Hermessance Collection, and I found out that it has been recently discontinued, which is a shame. It was a very nice fragrance. Apparently it didn't sell well, so based on that, I'm not sure how it will do commercially, and by that I mean with the mainstream public, but I'm sure people who enjoy Jean Claude Ellena's work and Frederic Malle's work and unique quirky fragrances will enjoy this. I myself, I like it quite a bit, and I look forward to wearing it in the fall. I think it's a really good release from the house as well as from Jean Claude Ellena. And yeah, so there you go, an elegant spicy fragrance with good quality iris that's enveloping, almost like a satin cloth to really warm you up in the cold. And that is Heaven Can Wait from the house of Frederic Malle by Jean Claude Ellena. Hope you enjoyed it. Till I see you again, take care and goodbye.